Hey everyone and welcome to this video. Today we'll be talking about one Spider-Man game which has been out there for about 10 years now. That game is criminally underrated and I'm talking about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. So if you do not know, that game came out in 2010 and by the name you might have guessed, it follows the multiple dimensions questline of Spider-Man. It has four Spider-Mans: Amazing, Ultimate, Noir, and 2099. And it has different villains. The basic plot is that there's this ancient tablet which is been stolen by Mysterio, and Spider-Man punches it, and that thing gets shattered into multiple dimensions. There are four dimensions and different parts of the stone tablet that Spider-Man has to collect. And throughout the game, you can play as four different Spider-Mans, as I mentioned before. As you can see by the gameplay and by the story that I have narrated, the game sounds really cool, right? Then what really went wrong, right? That's what we're gonna answer today and look at why this game is so underrated. The concept of the game was really amazing, and it is like one of the first Spidey material that followed the multiple dimensions plotline, which had a movie just 2 years ago in 2018 that's called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which turned out really well. But what went wrong for the 2010 version is that, oh, even the concept is cool, the storyline that they extracted from the comics is really amazing. The story that they presented in the game is weak. I mean, the main plot of the game is that Spider-Man goes from one level to the other, then fights a boss, then beats the boss and collects a stone tablet piece and then moves on. Spoilers, that is pretty much the whole story. Apart from that, there are 15 challenges in each level. By beating them, Spider-Man can unlock really amazing upgrades and pretty cool costumes. I mean, who doesn't want cool costumes, right? Yeah, and apart from that, Beanox really took a step in Spider-Man games back in 2010, as the Spider-Man games which came out before Shattered Dimensions were all open world game, allowing the player to explore all of New York and Manhattan Island. But this game was not open world, it was a mission to mission game, and there are pretty good things like the different gameplay elements which is which follows the different Spider-Mans. Like Spider-Man 29 is futuristic, Ultimate Spider-Man has the Venom suit, and Amazing Spider-Man is basically our Spider-Man, and Noir Spider-Man is like a bit different from the others because he's like a bit weak and follows stealth to eliminate enemies. And also we have Deadpool in the game. So those are some good things, but those good things are like 40% of the game, and the biggest problem with this game is by far the controls. It has awkward camera controls, and over the fighting does not feel immersive, and the story does not have a pull to it. So if you start the game and you get bored, there isn't much that will keep you from playing one level to the other. So although the game sounded cool, it did not turn out well because of these familiar problems and prevented it from being the Arkham Asylum of Spider-Man games, which should help them establish a universe. It actually has a sequel, Spider-Man Edge of Time, which didn't do too well either. So that's really my personal opinion on the game. It depends upon you. What do you think about it? If you have not played it, then I would suggest you at least try it out. So that's really it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then be sure to leave a like and do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.